Good day, I am Jana Ilham Akraman, together with my groupmate Jasmine Alingan, and will be tackling about the Balancing Act, Framing Gendered Parental Identities at Dinner Time. And the author of this article is Shari Kendall 2008.
So now, what are the objectives of this article? First, this is a framing analysis of family interaction during dinner time that demonstrates the mother and father. So, this linguistically create gendered identities through the number and types of discursive positions they take up within the frames they create and maintain. Second, the mother accomplishes numerous tasks and activities by taking up multiple discursive positions within several interactional frames, whereas the father takes up fewer positions within fewer frames. So the positions they take up are gendered, reflecting a sex-based division of labor, even though both parents work full-time outside the home. So through these gendered patterns of participation, the parents create gendered parental identities and negotiate their parental authority with their daughter and with each other. Then the attention to speech acts, footings, positionings, and framing reveals the intricate and dynamic details of interaction. And then this discourse models, captures, and explicitates the process through which individuals create gendered identities as they enact and constitute other social identities, such as gender, family, framing, positioning, interactional, social linguistics, and discourse analysis. In the methodology, the author builds on first the framing approach, which was pioneered by Goffman 1974 and 1981. This is a framing approach in the research tradition of interactional sociolinguistics. This explicitates how parents in one family create gendered parental identities as they interact with their 10-year-old daughter during 4 dinners the family recorded at home. This also draws on the discourse positioning provided by Davy and Harry 1990 and Lagenhove and Harry 1999. So, the analysis presented in this article is part of a larger research study that explores the relations among work, family, gender, and talk by examining the linguistic interaction of a woman at work and at home. So, the mother in this family, Elaine, volunteered to participate in the study in response to a request of volunteers that was sent by the author at her workplace, a large government institution in the Washington, D.C. area. Elaine and her husband, Mark, both in their 40s, are white, heterosexual, and middle class. Their daughter, Beth, was 10 years old. So both parents worked full-time outside the home. So for the study, Elaine carried a tape recorder with her for a week at work. During the same work week, she tape recorded her family at home during dinner time each week night, yielding 4 dinner time encounters that serve as the basis for the analysis. So the case study method does not provide a statistical basis for generalizing. To understand the strengths of the case study, it is necessary to consider the potential for learning instead of or in addition to the criterion of representatives. Like some anthropological inquiries, the goal of the discourse analysis is to understand the data rather than to prove or disprove pre-formulated hypotheses or to create general predictive models. So initially, the author, Kendall 2008, was interested in comparing comparing how the woman in this family constitutes her parental authority at home and her managerial authority at work. Therefore, she first identified that the mother's and the latter the father's verbal control acts based on Irvin Tripp, Guo, and Lampert's definition as attempts to produce change in the action of others, which encompasses prohibitions, invitations, offers, and directives, the orders, suggestions, requests for information. Now, dinner time has served as a lucrative site for the study of family discourse in terms of both the functions parents perform and the interactional workings of power. So this is according to several authors. Now, this is not surprising since dinner is one of the few activities that brings many families together on a daily basis and serves as an important site for the constitution and maintenance of the family and familial roles. So in the dinner setting, the child is exposed to eating etiquette, manners, procedures, as well as interaction between family members, all of which convey roles, rules, and values of the family and culture. So dinner time is not only restricted to eating dinner, but is viewed by parents as an opportunity for family members to interact socially and for parents to teach children appropriate behavior. In a cross-cultural study of families at dinner time, Blom-Kulka 1997 identifies three layers of talking resulting from the nature of the dinner time activity. The first one is the instrumental business talk of having dinner. The second one is the sociability or talking as an end itself. And the third one is intentional socialization functions, ranging from table manners to socialization of family values. So I think because of this, dinner time has become a socializing event. Family interaction varies based on class, cultural background, and other social parameters. So, one good example is that families may vary individually by class or by culture in how they balance dinner as an activity and dinner as a social conversational event. But I think despite such variations, those studies comparing the verbal functions performed by mothers and fathers at dinner time find that mothers tend to fulfill more dinner related sociable and socialization functions. Like mothers in Americans, for example, serve as the primary director of the mealtime activities in terms of providing food function. So they perform more actions within the social function as well. They talk more, they address more and maintain a connection between the father and the children by talking about and eliciting information exchange on the activities of family members. I have also observed that in American families, mothers respond to children more frequently than fathers do. So, this would result in a pattern in which mothers talk significantly more. And this is according to Perlman 1984. On the other hand, in Swedish, Finnish, and Finnish Swedish families, mothers are most active in controlling topic development. So this is according to Trivvason 2004. Now, a study of narratives and explanatory sequences in American families shows that mothers contribute the majority of talk and fathers are relatively infrequent speakers. This is according to Bills and Snow 1994. So I think regarding the socialization function, Brumark 2004 finds that mothers in Swedish families produce more meta-pragmatic comments, defined by Bloom-Kulka 1990. So as comments made to sanction a perceived lack of politeness, to encourage proper behavior, and to prompt the use of politeness formulae. So also in Swedish families, mothers provided more than 50% of comments on ethical and moral matters compared to fathers and children. So, like the earlier studies, the author finds that the mother participates more and performs more dinner related sociable and socialization functions at dinner time. However, according to her, the framing analysis reveals more precisely and more fully what mother's participation really consists of and how deeply labor intensive it is. She identified other functions of talk, including those occurring within caregiving and managerial frames, and demonstrated that the mother performs multiple functions simultaneously by maintaining multiple frames. So, in addition, she also considered the functions within a model of discourse that elucidates how the performance of the functions contributes to the discursive creation of parental and gendered identities.
So the following parts of this article will be continued by my groupmate Jasmine Alingan. So thank you for listening from the parts of this article.